Thunderstorm now. That's going to be an interesting night. Everything's getting a little bit exciting. We've had more rain warnings, and we had a power failure, and now we've made our own power failure because the power came back on, and this switch over here behind us started popping and sparking, and the outside light started blinking on and off, and it started making a sizzling noise. Managed to find the light circuit and isolate the light circuit. I'm assuming that water is leaking down inside the wall cavity and into the switch. And the neighbours, there's another villa here, the one next to us, their outside power point caught on fire. So we've isolated theirs too, debating as to whether to turn the whole lot off, but we're just charging all our devices at the moment and running the aircon because it is quite hot and muggy. But I think we will flip the main breaker before we go to sleep because I don't trust these Filipino electrics very much. So this is the switchboard for this villa. This one's not labelled, but I flipped that one and that seemed to be the lights. That must be the main. It's got an M on it and it's got big wiring there. These ones are kind of reasonably well. That's H, I'm assuming hot water. AC makes sense. And there's probably some others around. So the wall at the neighbours was really warm where their light switches were like hot to touch. So I'm going to go around and just check everything around here and make sure that there's nothing hot. We have called the people, the owners, but they're actually, we're kind of a little way out of town here, so depending on the conditions of the roads and who's available will depend on whether someone comes out tonight or not. So yeah, I'll update you later on. All right, well, the handyman's just been out and they came out really quick actually, and interesting, I didn't think this would be what it is because there's so much water and we've got a couple of leaks because there's just been so much rain. You know, we've been getting like 100 mil every day for the 3 days that we've been here, so you know, that's a crazy amount of water. We've had a flood warning sent to our phones as a text message every day, so you know, it's not surprising that there's a few things going on around here. But we just had a bit of confirmation bias and assumed that we've got a leak near that switch. It's not on the switch, but it's near it, and we've got another leak somewhere else. So we just assumed that that's what was causing the problem. However, when we got here, there were a million ants on the outside of that wall, and we sprayed them with fly spray, but of course they were outside, so it didn't really matter. But what's really interesting is that he's coming and going, "Oh, I've seen this before. Was it a sizzling sound?" And I said, "Yeah, it was a pop, pop, then a sizzling, and there's an arc, and the lights are flashing on and off outside." He's gone, "It's the ants, not the water." That's quite interesting. So he said it's not a problem, but he's going to come check again in the morning. But I'll still turn off the light circuit when I go to sleep. It'll make me sleep a little better. He's pretty confident. He reckons he's seen it before, and it would make sense because that's where the ants were when we got here. So, all right. Well, at least we've still got aircon, even though I'm sweating because we had a power failure before. I had no aircon, and then I've been running around next door because they did have a little fire next door, and he's over there having a look at that now. So that probably is water related. But it looks like we're in the clear for now, and we're out of here tomorrow anyway, so we don't need the lights while we're sleeping. We're just watching a bit of TV on the iPad. As long as the aircon's going, we've got the chargers for the devices, we don't need lights. We'll wake up in the morning, it'll be light anyway, and have a swim, and we'll be off to the next place.
To see this. You need to see this. Ta-da! For the first time, we can see the sunrise. We will have swimming today. Hopefully it's not gonna rain.
Oh, that looks so much nicer out there now.
I know, because there's sunlight. It's really nice.
Still, you can't see. It doesn't look as good on the video as it does in real life. We're gonna have to go and empty the boat out. It's full of water.
Yeah, I think it's already half.
It's got a bucket in there. Juden, you're gonna get the water out, are you?
Yeah.
So much water in there. That's how much rain we've had. This is a brand new boat and it's like half full of water. Tell me about the reef, Jude, this is cool.
This one called here in the Philippines, nipa. That leaves, same that one, that leaves.
Coconut tree?
Coconut, no, not coconut tree.
Oh,
just like coconut leaves.
Down the bottom?
Yeah.
Yeah. These ones down the bottom here. And last 10 years?
Yeah, 10 years to 8 years.
And they're all stitched?
Yeah.
And how long does it take to make? So each one of these is one leaf?
Yeah.
And how long?
Yeah, one leaf is one of these. They make it in 1 minute just to make one.
Hand stitched?
Just hand stitched.
Very cool. And it's just bloody pretty as well. And it works so well.
No heat.
No heat?
No heat.
No leaks?
Yeah, no leaks.
Mabuti, brilliant. It stopped raining for an hour and we're all having a swim and the weather is great. This little cabana thing's awesome. It's got like a charger station, like outlets, it's got lights. How safe they are, who knows, but it's nice that it's here. It's pretty cool. We're enjoying a beer. We'll make the most of it before we got to head off at 11 o'clock today. Too soon, just turned the light switch on and got a little zap. Just a little one, it's all right. We're just leaving the Hidden River accommodation. John's just getting the tuk-tuk out of the street and waiting for the girls. I'm not wearing a shirt because it's raining again and I don't want to get my shirt wet, so we'll put it on once the girls get back. They're carrying it at the moment in their bag. Got all of our stuff here and we're going to head back into town for our last accommodation. That's going to be, it's supposed to be, it was the most expensive, so it's supposed to be the most flash, although it's going to be pretty hard to top this place, even though we had all these problems here, but that was related to the weather, not the place itself. So hopefully it's going to be really good. Everyone's wearing hats because it was raining. I was wearing one too, trying to keep the rain off. So we got the curtains closed again, keep the rain out. We've utilised the roof rack on the top of the tuk-tuk this time for all our empty beer bottles because a little bit like Australia, you have to put a deposit down on your beer bottles and then you get your money back when you return them. So we have to be careful not to lose them off the top of the roof. Yeah. So this is the next place.
Yeah, that's the next place.
All right.
Yeah,
I suppose I better get all our
the next accommodation.
Get all our stuff out. Oh, okay.
Bring the chinelas, babe. Wala akong kalo mahulog. Morning.
How are you girls going?
I'm good. I'm
You
excited
cold?
to stay. This is
very wet.
this is one of this is one of the expensive hotel that we're going to stay. Look at the swimming pool, babe.
Ah, yeah, we should go in the swimming pool. Actually, I feel like I've been in the swimming pool already and I'm standing in the umbrella. Let's have a look in here.
This is our third hotel.
Salamat po. Oh wow, look at the balcony. Oh, let's have a look. Look at the size of the toilet, you can sleep on
Look at
that.
that. Jen and Kuya Judy can sleep here.
This? Try that. Lift that one up. Ah. Pull it. Push it. There we go.
Look at that.
Oh, is that the beach as well?
Yeah, that's the beach.
Oh wow, this is fancy.
Where's the beach one?
Oh, and that's a bed.
Yeah, that's another bed.
That's a bed.
That's a day bed.
I think John should sleep in this one.
Yeah, and Kuya Judy.
Yeah, because it's so wet.
With all the rain, and that's the beach. Look at the beach, it's so pretty.
Oh wow, this would be spectacular if it wasn't really rubbish weather, but well, hopefully it'll be better tomorrow. We keep saying that. Should bring everyone in. We're leaving them outside. Oh, there's so many. This is good. I like this very much. So they came out to the tuk-tuk with umbrellas, and I'm still completely, my back is just so wet. And the footpath into the room is just water, like. But this place is properly fancy, like properly fancy. And the view is spectacular. It's just rubbish weather. So maybe we'll get some good footage of this place tomorrow. We keep saying the weather's going to be better tomorrow, and it's not, but maybe it will be. Fingers crossed. This is nice to see. We have an earth pin on the power for a change. Maybe no sparks or electric shock in this place. Actually noticed outside, look, way down there, there's an outdoor WAP. Sort of looked a bit like a Ubiquity. I've noticed in the room we've got our own WAP here as well, Ubiquity. So that's kind of cool. Let's hook up to the Wi-Fi now. Over here, where the pool is over here, these would all be rolled up, these shades, and that's the restaurant, the bar there. This place is absolutely ripper. Just got our own swing right here. Man, if this was a nice sunny day, this place would be on fire. What a cool place. Enjoy my dinner and the music, and look, all these aso or dogs have all of a sudden turned up.
You want some pipino?
Mella's wearing her pajamas. Nobody cares. We're having a great time. Live music, great food, a massive storm going on outside, and these Filipino dogs, they're just everywhere. Absolutely everywhere, and they're all so well behaved. You never hear them barking. They're just gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. What a magnificent place! And after all of that horrible weather, here we are, a couple of beers, walking down to the beach. Everybody has come out from hibernation.
Perfect night, and everyone had fun. My brother-in-law, and my niece, and especially Jeffrey with the beer. And they went home already to a different hotel, so just me and Jeff at the moment. And we're sitting in the balcony, like you can hear the wave. It's really nice. And the lights, there's people walking around. People sitting in the swing. You can see the water from here. It's amazing. We have the fake breakfast. 8 all time.
So here we are, waiting in the foyer for our tricycle to come pick us up for our island hopping tour. Because today it wasn't going to be any rain. Well, hardly. It's supposed to be 8 mils the whole day. I reckon we had 8 mil of rain between our room and when we got to the foyer of the hotel. And there's thunder and lightning. I think we might not be going island hopping today.
No, I don't think so. We're just gonna do land tour today.
Or maybe we'll do island hopping, but it will be the land tour. Dang. Every day the forecast says it's going to stop, and then it doesn't. It has been crazy rain I've never seen. Oh, well, is what it is. So Mello organised for us to do a land tour, seeing as the weather was not going to be any good for island hopping. And I assumed that we were going to end up in some nice white Hilux van with air conditioning and nice and dry out of the rain. But instead we ended up with this rather interesting 125cc motorbike with a tricycle attachment on the side of it. But at least this time we didn't have all of our luggage. But we did have a few other challenges that we were going to face on this trip. The tricycle is struggling. I can smell the tricycle is hot. Smell the engine heat.
Look at that.
Now we're going down the hill. This is scary considering how it struggled coming up the hill.
Layo dari ang coconut road ya, coconut tree. Layo pa.
I think his hand is all the way on that front brake. He's frightening. Now we're coasting. From smelling hot engine to hot brakes. nice day for the beach. This is so sore.
We're in Magpupungko rock pool, so we're just trying to find the food.
Oh, okay.
I'm hungry.
Fair enough. Salamat sobra.
If you drink this, strong. No, wala po.
Hula po.
I don't know what that is. I'm assuming it's Masama Jara.
Jara.
Jaraba?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
It's so pretty though. This would be so cool if it wasn't raining. Like Balagi all the time. We're just trying to find some lunch, but everything's closed because, well, it's off season and it's been raining for 4 days straight. So, couldn't imagine that there'd be a lot of people here. We are the only ones here, but look at it. It's so pretty. God, it would be nice if it wasn't shite weather. But, you know, what can you do, I suppose? You come here in the wet season. That's the risk you take. Didn't think it would be quite this wet, but oh well. Wow, this is really cool. Oh my god, this is like amazing. Big hill.
This whole big is short.
Now we're going down.
Yes. So scary. There's Chinelo.
Oh, we decided to go to the secret beach because it stopped raining, so a bit of a detour on the way home. Let's have a look. Hello, what have you got there?
I have buko juice.
Like coconut, yeah?
Yeah, coconut juice. It's fresh from the tree.
Oop, that sounds like some horsepowers.
Music start.
That actually goes pretty quick.
lumagapa ko.
Ay, salamat. Fresh bread from the bakery. So yummy. It's hot garlic bread.
We've been watching the dogs here. There's 4 dogs at the resort, and
Is that 4 dogs or
yeah,
4 people?
4 dogs.
Oh, okay.
And the dogs in the Philippines don't bark very much. They're normally really well behaved, and for some reason they just keep running off down onto the beach and barking and attacking these dogs. And it just occurred to me that that's probably their job, because everywhere else we've been, when you're in a restaurant eating or whatever, there's dogs coming up around you all of the time, everywhere. And of course, when you go to the restaurant here, which is still all open, there's no dogs. There's no dogs running through the resort. No one. The only dogs that are here are the 4, and they sit right at the edge of the resort near the beach there. So they must be trained to shoo away all of the other dogs. That's pretty clever, pretty cool. Well, it's our last night, and the weather has finally come good. If only it was like this the whole time, it would have been just so great. I mean, it was great anyway, don't get me wrong. But it was disappointing that it was just so relentless. But we also had experiences that we wouldn't have had otherwise. Because if it had not have rained so much, we wouldn't have had the experiences of driving through floodwater. You know, experiencing rain of over 100 mil per day, it's something that you get in the Kimberley in Australia or Northern Territory, but you don't get it in the southwest of Western Australia. Well, you just don't get it. It just doesn't happen. And so it's just such an experience that you can't get somewhere else. And that's why we travel. That's why we go and do things that aren't where we normally live. So it was a great experience. It wasn't the experience that we thought we would have, but it doesn't mean that it was a bad experience. And well, we can always come back again, and we know exactly where to go because we know the good places and the bad places, and we know exactly what to expect. So all in all, Siargao, 11 out of 10. Tomorrow we're heading back to Butuan and Tungau, or we're going to go Siargao first on the ferry, and then we're going to drive about 2.5 hours back to Butuan. We're going to do some shopping there, try and get a new TV for Mella's parents and some other bits and pieces. And then we're going to head back out to Tungau, and we're going to spend a week with Mella's family, her pamilya, in Tungau. And that's going to be a bit of an experience for me. I've done an overnighter there. I've done a couple of day trips there. This is going to be the first time I'm going to stay there for a longer amount of time. So that will certainly be a bit of a culture shock for me, and I'm looking forward to it, to be perfectly honest. It's going to be really good. So we'll see you in the morning. So the fact that we're heading back to Tungau tomorrow, it leaves me with one concern. That's the lack of toilet paper in Tungau.
Put a little bit water in your bum and then put your hand in your bum.
Electric fan.
Yes.
Safety reasons.
Yeah.
Maliit eh.
So clever.